Hello, this is Erin with the Joy in Pens and Paper, and we are going to go through my weekly plan with me, and so setting up for this next week. This is my Hobonichi cousin goodness that I use for memory keeping and journaling. So I'm going to put this bad boy aside. And in my Galen Leather Co. A5 zippered notebook, I have my Hobonichi Day Free that I use for planning and task management. I'm gonna pull my pens out. This week I have been using the Benu Euphoria Iced Caramel Latte with Colorverse Coffee Break inked up. I did have a little bit of smudging because this ink has taken a little bit of time to dry, a little bit longer than what I'm used to, and that's been a little challenging. It's not my favorite, and even here you can see the ink wasn't dry when I closed the book, so it transferred over. But here is my week. Started over here with Monday, and then the last couple of days were just very easy or short, not a whole lot of tasks because I was out of town with all my ladies celebrating my birthday, which was absolutely wonderful. And so now today I'm going to catch up from this weekend. So I have started unpacking. I'm working on my plan with me right now. And I have started catching up on planning. I'm going to add in journaling, 5-year budget, workout, and I'd like to start working on a puzzle. One of the gifts that I received for my birthday was a 1,000 piece puzzle that is customized, and it has a black background and then the number 40, and with the number 40 is built of pictures that all my people submitted of their kind of favorite moment with me, which all the feels. I've had all the feels this weekend. It's been a wonderfully happy, emotional week. Now, as I was planning for this video, I did make a decision that hopefully I remain comfortable with, but instead of flipping and doing my weekly setup on this page, which is what I typically prefer to do, I'm actually going to do it here because I think I'm likely going to get Monday and Tuesday right here. So then it will end up being in the middle of the week as opposed to having Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then have this page with Saturday and Sunday. Maybe that makes sense to you. Maybe you think I'm being a little crazy, but that's okay. That's all right. I'm okay with it. So without further ado, actually, I'm just thinking I probably do want to. Now, here, the ink is still wet. So I have, been sitting here talking for a bit, and the ink is still wet, which means I can't really flip to my monthly and update that. So instead, I'm going to just get started. So for this week, I'm going to focus on the Esterbrook Esty in Sea Glass with a fine nib, and this is inked up with Birmingham Pen Company Antique Sepia, I think. Let me just double check. Yes, Birmingham Pen Company Antique Sepia. And this is such a fascinating ink because it goes down on the greenish side and then it dries this kind of pinkish, grayish, greenish, brownish color ish. I feel like most of the Birmingham Pen Co. inks are ish in color, which I really love. So as usual, I'm going to start off with writing the word tasks, or at least that gets written very early on. And that way, as I'm filling out my schedule, if anything were to come to mind, a task is triggered by whatever is on my schedule, then I can go ahead and write that down and capture it. Oopsies. Oh, all right. I just noticed something on my calendar is mislabeled. So let me see. Let's start off by writing Monday, and it will be the 18th. So I'm not going to write one piece that's on my calendar because it's on my calendar for every day of the week except for Wednesday. There's a student that I need to observe at the beginning of the day. So I'm going to try to capture or catch that beginning of the day piece. And there's some school refusal / frequent sicknesses. So we never know if the student will be at school or not. So I'm just going to start my day each day this week at that building to try to observe. So that's in upper elementary student observation. So I'll be starting my day there each day this week, which means what I am going to put is a 7:15 start time. That'll be a little bit different for me this week. So I will put that. All right, so 10 o'clock. BCBA, Student Services Director meeting. And 11 o'clock each day, middle school support. So last week I had 12 o'clock each day was middle school support, but the middle school needs a little bit more support than that. So they asked that I add an additional hour. So each day, most days this week, I will be at the middle school starting at 11 until the end of the day. 5:30, soccer, and here's one of those thoughts. Confirm. Upper elementary debrief meeting. And that is going to be on Monday. So I'm placing a dot there because that is the day that I will need to do it. Tuesday, the 19th. I don't need to be at that meeting. So I just have middle school support. And I'm adding in here pick up furniture, pick up rugs, and pick up lamps. So I did a social media post this week asking for if anyone had rugs, lamps, seating that they, might be willing to part with without charging, so for free, that I could use in my office to create a kind of regulation space. And I had quite a large response in support of that. And I even had, I'm pausing on responding to this one, but I had one person offer to just give me money to get what is needed, and that I'm not sure that that's what I'm intending. So I'm pausing on that one. But I did have a number of people respond, and I'm going to be able to get some bean bags, a love seat, a couple of rugs, a lamp, a circle table with a couple of chairs, some rocker chairs with ottomans. So I'm going to really be able to build out that space. So I'm excited about that. But this week it's just going to be a little crazy because either on my way into work, I'm going to have to stop at people's houses and pick up things, or on my way home, or in the evening hours. But I think it's worth it to put that little extra time in there. All right, so that's all that it is on Tuesday. It's a relatively easy day so far. So Wednesday the 20th, I am doing a safety care training at the high school building. And there was I think it's a monthly meeting or it's a bi-weekly meeting. What does that repeat? No, it doesn't say. Okay. But there's a district-wide meeting that I'm not going to be able to make, and there's also another training that I'm not going to be able to make because I need to be here at the safety care training, but that is fine. And then at 6:30, there's an open house. So we will go to that. Thursday, the 21st, at 8 o'clock, I have lower elementary consults. I have at, what is that? Is that 10:30? 10:20. I have a third grade consult. And then I have a 11 o'clock middle school support, and 11:30 is upper elementary consult. So I'm really in two places at once. I've got to figure out a plan for Thursday. And then my son has practice at 5:30, which means my husband and I will sneak in a little dinner date. Friday the 22nd at 9 o'clock. It's a middle school crisis team. And then middle school support. Saturday, my son has soccer at 2:30. He'll get there at 2 for practice. And then Sunday, nothing but football. All right, and I want to replicate what I've been doing with, let's see, how did I set this up? That's interesting. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, skip one, and, oh, that's a terrible W. Is that in? Yes, that is in frame. So I have workout, skincare, budget, 5-year, memory keep, and journal. And then I have my locations of lower elementary, upper elementary, middle school, and high school. Okay. So there's that. And that is pretty much already dry, so notice the difference there in dry time. So I still need to schedule the high school consult, and a middle school consult. I still need to get an oil change. I did get my car inspected. It did fail. I will talk about that in a different video. But I anticipated it, so yeah. Now I have 60 days to do a couple of things, and then I can bring it back and it should pass inspection. I did work on my new hire checklist a bit this week. There we go. All right, so that's all of my things that I'm carrying over, but I also want to, yeah, I'm gonna carry over my time block as well. I don't have a ton here, but surprisingly, this covers a good amount of my work week. So yeah, I need to schedule out some data review, some behavior support plan development and review, and service grid review time. And I think that's good for here. This is, I also get to check off this for Thursday because I worked on some of my new hire paperwork on Thursday. And I packed on Thursday and Friday and today, so that is officially done. And then the rest of these are going to get migrated over. I wish I could do arrows that looked similar. I feel like every single one is different, and then that drives me nuts, but I'm embracing it, kind of. And then the other thing that I started doing this week is checking off what I actually was able to do. So I did the cycle. I did the 6th grade consult. I did the support, soccer. I did go to that consult. Yes, okay. Instead of doing bar or shadow boxing, we ended up doing yoga. And I'll talk about this in another video. We did not go to Maine, but we did go somewhere. So that will be updated in my weekly recap video. So that is, let me just check and see about ink. That's still a little bit wet. But this is my weekly setup, and hopefully having this on the right side of the page doesn't drive me too nuts. But I think it's just a better use of the time. And I was also realizing that with the rate that I'm going, when did I move into this book? Was it July? I think it was beginning of July. July 11th. Yes, beginning of July. So we have July, August. We're 2.5 out of 6 months through, and I'm on page 38. So I will not be needing all 171 pages of the day free. And you know, I'm making a choice to save pages, but I don't know that I need to. I also don't want to be wasteful. Anywho, so it's been really interesting seeing how little I need in this new role compared to my last job. All positive things. All right, so that's my plan with me. I am all set up for this week. As I go through the day today, I'll probably build out a little bit more of this, and I might do is use, for example, a postcard or something like that. I have this postcard that one of my viewers sent me from some traveling that they did, but I may tip this in and put some more confidential information under here with student initials and what needs to be done. But I'm not 100%. What I am realizing is that little Leuchtturm that I had received that I was using, I'm not really using it purposefully, and it's just another location for me to check. So I want to get back into putting a little bit more information in here. So I'll either be covering it up or using washi tape to redact it, as I have done in the past. For example, like this. So yeah, we'll see a couple little tweaks to capture how my world has changed recently. All right. So I'm going to get this uploaded, and I am going to get caught up on my journaling and my memory keeping so that I can do my weekly recap video. And I will probably be doing a live plan with me session at some point this week. Maybe do a little bit of journaling, but I'm not the best at writing long, coherent thoughts while talking. So I'm nervous about that, but I will certainly give it a shot because I did thoroughly enjoy the live that I did a couple days ago with some of you. So, all right. On that note, I'm going to say goodbye and stop rambling on, and I hope that you have a wonderfully productive week.